And then I started thinking about like my hair, like how I look, like my clothes.
So the word girl almost like connects with the word pretty.
I guess I feel good about myself when other people compliment me.
Personally, I feel that I learned when I like went into school and like integrated with like a bunch of other like people in my age, and then I saw like all these girls, and then we all look different, of course, I mean we do, and then I started thinking about like my hair, like how I look, like my clothes. Like I think when you start, I don't know, that's just personally for me.
I think being pretty is something that in general girls are raised with. So the word girl almost like connects with the word pretty automatically in my mind, at least for me. So even when you're maybe 3 years old and you start learning about princess, pretty is always a factor that gets put in.
I think girls learn at a very young age because there are many things like toys that like encompass into that. For example, like at a very young age, like many girls think like, oh, I want to be a princess because they're all beautiful, or like if they play with Barbies as well, they have like these perfect bodies and they're like, oh, I want to look like the Barbie. So I think it's at a very young age, and then throughout time it's just built on by all the social media as well.
Nowadays it comes from social media, I think, and like just online, like seeing pretty people online, and like just seeing how everyone looks, and like the ideal like body type, the ideal like hair, the ideal face, and like all these like models, and like how everyone looks. Like you just see so much on like Instagram. I mean like goals, like all like that things. But I mean when you're younger, I think it just comes from like people around you.
I would definitely say your surroundings in society. Perhaps even in children's books you'll see oh, a pretty princess, and everyone advertisements you'll see people who everyone defines as pretty. So being pretty is always put like as better, especially for girls.
Social media like ads and models, and how it's like if you buy this product you have to look a certain way, or there are all these standards for girls.
Definitely. I think that pressure affects us so much. Like from social media, like going with the example I just said, I think that there's so much pressure to look like those people and to be pretty and to be beautiful, and you just see all these people, and of course you're like, yeah, I want to look like that, like I want to be like that. So then you put like a lot of pressure on yourself.
I would say perhaps not when we're younger, but definitely as we get older. It's something that's always in the back of our heads in a way different from boys. Perhaps when they grow up, they don't really feel the same pressure that girls would, especially in things like, even in things like getting ready. Becoming pretty takes a lot longer than becoming handsome for a guy, so it's always extra work, I guess.
Yeah, I think so, because it kind of affects how we see ourselves, and how many girls like think that, oh, they're too fat, or they don't look as good as they should look. And
skinny, but like curves, which is like impossible to pull off, because like that doesn't happen naturally. And like nice, like long wavy hair, I mean like long eyelashes, like full lips, like all that, like high cheekbones, like all like the just the ideal thing that we all think about.
I would say they're mostly quite skinny or fit.
well, I think it's like to be tall, skinny but curvy.
Like the hourglass figure.
Yeah.
I mean that's what you see like Kim Kardashian, or it's like these skinny like Kendall Jenner. Like it's nothing in between that we see online, like, which is so bad. Like you see these people trying to be like body positive, but I mean that's just so pushed down from like the pressure of being skinny and like being, or like curvy, like just like the normal.
As I said, I think it's definitely formed by things such as advertisement, perhaps social media too.
Ads and movies and the TV shows that you see, like in everything you watch, it's always like attractive people.
I think you use pretty so casually, like in everyday thing. So for me, the value of being pretty is so like it's so much less than being beautiful. Like
Beautiful is perhaps something more you would say someone is like born with, or like some people say, oh, that person was born beautiful, whilst being pretty is something that someone can like more strive for.
I feel like beautiful might be kind of a stronger word.
my emotion, like if I'm happy and if like everyone around me is happy and it's like a nice day, I'm like, oh, like I feel good, like, or I'm wearing like a nice outfit, like I feel like confident.
Feeling self-confident at the time, so it really depends if I'm happy or sad. One day I guess if I'm happy I'll automatically feel more pretty, whilst if I'm upset or if something bad has happened, I think that automatically affects my self-confidence, which also affects like how I feel my appearance looks.
I guess I feel good about myself when other people compliment me. It shouldn't, but it does.
Don't focus on this impossible like body type like that you see on social media. Don't focus on that. Just focus on your own like natural beauty.
I would stress the fact that pretty really comes from within, so it's really how you act and feel.
Like you should try to find self-worth from within, even though it's hard for most people, and like beauty standards are really unachievable because they're all fake, basically. They're all models that have been photoshopped like in ads you see, so it's like you can't, I don't know, I think you just try to be happy with yourself and like be happy that you're like born, like you're like physically healthy and stuff, and that you should like, I don't know, be grateful for that, and that like what you might not like about yourself other people will like, which is like really cheesy, but it's true, so yeah.